Hello, my book loving friends. Welcome or welcome back. I am very surprised that I'm going to be partaking in this challenge again. You already know what's going to go down today, another 24-hour readathon. If you haven't already, feel free to watch my last attempt at this challenge before continuing with this video. But this time, our readathon has a twist. Since it is October and Halloween is right around the corner, I wanted to make a whole dedicated video where we can really, I was about to say celebrate the devil. No, let's not do that. Where we can really celebrate the spooky season and vibe together. So let's do that for 24 hours and have a spooky readathon. It is currently Friday, and after lots of scrambling, getting other shit done, I'm gonna be able to dedicate all of tomorrow to this readathon. Part of me thinks I'm kind of crazy for doing this, since I'm gonna be giving up one of my only 2 days out of the week that I'll be able to sleep in. But the earlier we wake up, the earlier we can start, and the earlier we start, the more we can read. Smart logic, I know. So I'll be getting up bright and early at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Some days I have to get up at 6:40 for college, so I'm actually sleeping in. What's the saying? You just gotta look at the glass half full. Alright, our game plan this time is we will only be reading spooky reads, whether that's thrillers, mysteries, anything that might make us crawl out of our skins. I'm talking like you're participating in this readathon with me. I don't know, I see these challenges as kind of a collective effort. We are also going to be festive. What that exactly entails is to be determined. Of course, coffee is an essential for this readathon and life in general. And then I am manifesting this now. We are going to beat my previous record of 17 hours and 41 minutes. Our goal is, of course, a full 24 hours. Mark my words, one day we will get there. Whether that's tomorrow or 10 attempts later, it's gonna happen. Also, I don't know if you can tell, but I am kind of sick. Your girl's got a cold. That's why I'm kind of like channeling Rudolph right now. Not intentionally, but which, you know, is not the best for a readathon. I may feel like shit and I may look like shit, but I am also the shit, and thus will not let a meager cold stop me from my readathon. It's either I film this tomorrow or I film it in 2 weeks. That is a long enough intro. I'm going to see you guys in the morning. Good morning, everyone. Did you sleep well? I did, until my alarm awoke me from my slumber earlier than I would have liked. Man, my voice, it sounds so congested. It's because I just woke up, so everything hasn't like drained yet. So I sound really nasally throughout this whole video. I'm really sorry about that. I get it, it annoys me too. I know I sound like a 12-year-old boy going through puberty, so let's just collectively pretend that I sound normal in this video. You think we can do that? Okay, great, thanks. It is currently 6:53. Ignore that clock, that one's wrong, that one's right. Oh, they're both right. News to me. Once 7 a.m. hits, this readathon is starting. I'm taking care of my parents' dog this weekend. It's weird to say that because like she's my parents' dog, but she's also my dog. Technically, she's actually my brother's dog, but don't mention that to guilt him into walking her or feeding her unless you want to piss him off. Anyways, I thought we could start today with an audiobook as I take her out. And then also I'm gonna be doing some festive baking this morning to properly initiate our spooky readathon. I have downloaded Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. I liked the other book I read by Agatha Christie, and then there were none. My only problem with it was that the book was a little bit hard to get into due to the old English writing style. So I'm hoping that her writing in an audio format is gonna be easier to digest. Oh my god, we have 3 minutes. I need to get my AirPods. Here we go. Man, this intro music is really vibey. My first boost of energy today is gonna be from caffeine-free tea. So when I was deciding what I wanted to bake this morning, I knew I wanted to bake something with pumpkin in it. Of course, can't have fall without it. But then I also remembered that I have the zucchini that I meant to use earlier this week, but I ended up forgetting about. So I went on Pinterest and they pulled through and provided me with a pumpkin zucchini muffin recipe. Yummy. This is not a baking show, Sarah. I'm gonna continue with my book and bake. Look at these cute cupcake liners I got at Target the other day. I think these like sticks might be a little bit overkill. Look at the little pumpkins. I love that, so cute. So at this point, my baking was going perfectly fine until, leave it to me, I fucked it up. I forgot to add the eggs. How could I be so stupid? Okay, I'm gonna try to fix this. Muffins are in the oven. That little blip did not happen. I am a great baker. I won a cooking competition in middle school, for Christ's sake. So I had all the muffins in the tin and I was thinking, oh, I didn't know these were vegan. But then I was like, I'm pretty sure there was eggs in the ingredients list. We're just gonna disregard that. Okay, so I am currently reading Carrie Soto is Back, which I'm really enjoying, but this isn't the vibe we're going for today. So I'm gonna place her on the back burner. Don't miss me too much. I will see you tomorrow. This is just gonna happen all day today. This girl follows me around everywhere, like even in the bathroom, everywhere. I'm considering starting Daisy Darker because I know that this takes place on Halloween, which would be perfect for this readathon. And some of you guys have said that you've been really enjoying that one too. So I definitely want to get to it soon. Oh, now she's just laying down. But I do know that it's an Agatha Christie retelling, and I don't know if I want to make this whole video like an Agatha Christie video. So I think instead I'm gonna start The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. This is a thriller. Man, I love this readathon already. I just get to read like my favorite genre all day.
Isn't that right? Just a big fluffy polar bear.
Muffins just came out. Don't they look absolutely perfect? I don't know why I don't do more baking. You know what time it is. Cappuccino time. It is now about 10:20. I am about 2 hours into the audiobook. I'm enjoying the story, but my favorite part so far is the narrator's voice. It's so calming, and I also love the French accents he's giving some of the characters. Je m'appelle Sarah. J'adore les accents. Sorry about that. Well, I actually took French in high school, but I don't think I've read a book with like French characters in it. And in this audio format, it's just bringing back all the memories. I am going to switch back to my physical book. Where did I put it?
I swear there's something going on across the street. My neighbor's acting just a little too discreet. He's taking trash out in the middle of the night. But when I see him...
Hi vlogs, so it is 11:47, 4 hours and 47 minutes into the challenge. I'm loving how this is like a secluded setting type of thriller that takes place at this creepy lake. I think that this might also take place in October. Don't quote me on that, but I think one of the characters said that. I have like a mild headache, so like I'm not processing information like I normally would. Some things are going in one ear, out the other, or in one eye, out the other. That's not to say I'm not having a fun time, because I am. I think I love Riley Sager's writing style. This will be my second book from him. He writes in a way that keeps you intrigued the whole time, even if nothing super intense is happening at that moment. Our protagonist is definitely an unreliable character. Just listen to the start of this chapter. The rest of the day passes on its regularly scheduled course. Vodka neat. Another vodka also neat. Cry in the shower. Grilled cheese sandwich for lunch. Bourbon, bourbon, bourbon. Yeah, so our protagonist has some problems, but don't we all? Hi guys, so we're about 8 hours and 20 minutes in, so I thought I'd update you all. Over lunch, I switched back to my audiobook, so I'm now about 2.5 hours in on that. And then of course, I've been continuing with The House Across the Lake. I just reached the 200 page mark, so I think I have about 150 left. Riley Sager, he actually made a reference to the Bartholomew, which was the apartment complex in Lock Every Door. There's a kid like hunting a soccer ball. It's always so fun when authors hide little Easter eggs like that. Also, I love time lapses in this egg chair. They're so funny to watch back.
The day he's so polite. Every morning he waves as I leave the door. But I see him buying bleach at the grocery store. He's the founder of the whole neighborhood watch. And every week they meet up for classes. Who'd suspect a guy who always wears a smile with his tie? They open...
Excuse me, are those my socks? Got my second boost of energy for the day. God, I love coffee. I think you start to realize that you're addicted to coffee when caffeine doesn't really affect you as it used to. Multiple times I've gone to bed like 20 minutes or so after drinking a cup of coffee. Back when I first started drinking coffee, the caffeine actually like made me like buzz. Now a lack of coffee is another story. If I don't get my coffee, it is best for everyone that you distance yourself from me, because I will probably be a bitch and say something I regret. I really don't mean to. The filter in my brain doesn't work dark until I have my coffee. Oh my gosh, guys. Casey, our protagonist, is like me, apparently. She goes, I was just out checking on my boat, I say, the lie appearing out of the blue. Now I'm about to have some coffee. The other person goes, at this hour? Then Casey goes, caffeine doesn't bother me. I was just talking about this. Such a coincidence. All right, I finished The House Across the Lake. I'm gonna end up rating this 4.5 stars. It was really good, thrilling. The perfect read for like in between summer and fall, since it's set on a lake, so you get these like beachy vibes, but it's also creepy and thrilling. Riley Sager never fails to disappoint with his twists and turns. You think you know what the twist he wants you to think is, so then you think it's another twist, but then it turns out to be neither of them. So then you're like, Riley Sager, all of this whiplash must not be good for my head, but I love it, so please don't stop. It is about 6:40, 11 hours and 40 minutes in. I am going to switch back to my audiobook as I take Charlie on a walk, and then we can choose our next physical book for this readathon.
Oh my god.
Are you ready for our hot girl walk? More like hot dog walk. I really need to stop with these puns. They just keep getting worse and worse.
Leave it die, oh. It's truly a delight, Mr. Right. Oh, close the windows, lock the door. It's late.
We are back at the TBR shelf.
Yes, we are.
About this time in the last readathon, I decided to go for a YA book because I thought it would be easier to get through, which I think was a good tactic, so I think I might do that again. But as you know, I don't have much YA on my shelves. We have some slim pickings here. I do have this Karen McManus book, which I recently picked up. You'll Be the Death of Me. This is another thriller. Other than this, I have You Kissed Sahara Wheeler. Still not sure if this is a mystery or a romance. I don't know. I think I'll go with this one. Does anyone else stand like a fucking flamingo when they cook? I'll just be like cooking. I've heard that this is not great for your knees, but it's like a natural reflex for me. This is not my first cooking while reading rodeo. I actually do this all the time. Laugh all you want, but it's a great way to get in some reading. So I'm having a little bit of trouble with getting into this book. I'm just kind of tired of reading for today. I just want to like pass out on the couch and watch some YouTube. I think I said something similar in my last readathon, but it truly feels weird going a full day without watching YouTube. Even if I have like 5 minutes on a particularly busy day, I will watch and cherish those 5 minutes of YouTube. I get the same feeling if I don't read at all one day. I feel like something's missing. I'm all about balance. I need both YouTube and reading, however small it might be, to ensure good mental health and self-care. So I thought, we need to like liven up this readathon a little bit. It's nighttime. We're in the true spooky atmosphere right now. So you know what we're gonna do? Read in the dark. Hit the lights, aka that's me turning off the lights. Oh, this is actually so fun. It's like time for ghost stories. I don't have any. I feel like I'm like summoning Batman, sending out the bat signal. This actually feels like when you have a power outage and you have nothing else to do, so you're stuck reading with a flashlight.
It's late at night and I hear footsteps on the floor. Blood is freezing in my lips. Well, is it real or is it just October things?
There's like a creepy baby crying. Perfect for the vibes. I look like a drowned rat. Lovely. It is 11:51. I'm about halfway through You'll Be the Death of Me. I don't know if I'm just getting tired or what, but this book really isn't anything special. It's like I'm reading to find out the character's secrets and what happened to this kid, but then I take a step back and I'm like, actually, do I really care? The answer to that is no, not really. I'm probably confusing you all right now, but basically in this book we follow a group of old friends, and one day they decide to pull a Ferris Bueller's Day Off and skip a day of high school to roam the city of Boston. But then while out and about, they see another classmate of theirs and they decide to follow him. That was a wrong decision, my friends, because they end up following him to his own murder. Not a great day for him. This book is just missing a certain intensity I yearn for in thrillers. I'm gonna see how much more I can read. The prognosis is not looking good though. I'll see you guys the next time I see you. I fell asleep, which in the long run was probably good for me. Staying awake for 24 hours when you're sick is not only physically harder to do, but will also most likely prolong that sickness. It is a few days later now. I am in a new location. Fall break has started. I have gotten a haircut. My brother's gotten engaged, and this friend has has decided to present itself on my face. A lot can happen over a few days. I am less sick now though, which is great. Still not 100%, but I'm slowly inching my way there. So I ended up finishing it's over here. About 200 pages of You'll Be the Death of Me during the readathon. Of course, now I have finished it. And not gonna lie, this has been my least favorite Karen and McManus book. It's gonna have to be a 3-star read for me. There are so many ways in which I want to go off on this book. I'll save that for my wrap up. But I will say that one of the major themes in this book is the rekindling of this friendship between the characters. But all of their problems in the past were just so trivial. Friends have fights over stupid shit all the time and then make up. I guess not these friends though. So starting off, this book was built on a foundation that was, in my opinion, quite dumb. Let's recap what I read. I finished The House Across the Lake, You'll Be the Death of Me, 12 chapters of Murder on the Orient Express, which is about 3.5 hours. I'm really enjoying the audiobook so far. It's sitting at like a 4-star as of right now. I think one of the reasons, this is gonna sound silly, okay? But I get like kind of nostalgic vibes from it. It reminds me of this episode of My Little Pony, which I watched when I was younger, where the ponies take a train ride and they're going to like this baking convention or something, but then all the pony bakers' baked goods get like murdered. And then the pony Pinkie Pie plays detective to figure out who murdered all of these baked treats. I think it was probably inspired by this book. So it's just reminding me of my childhood. The big question now is, how long did I last? I ended up clocking in at 17 hours and 10 minutes, which is 30 minutes shorter than my last record of 17 hours and 40-ish minutes. I had the odds stacked against me this time, so I still think that's pretty good. Even though our readathon wasn't as successful as I hoped it would be, I still had a lot of fun and I hoped you guys did as well. And that's all that really matters. I don't know how some people read like 5 books over a 24-hour period. Maybe I'm just a slow reader, but I'd really appreciate whatever superhuman secret those readers have. That is gonna be it for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give me a thumbs up. It really does help me, my channel out a lot. You can also comment, interact, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. I'd really appreciate it. Let me know down in the comments if you have ever tried this challenge. How did it go for you? Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you are having a fantastic day and I will see you in my next video. Bye.